Hi, my name is John, and I'm a student here at BLS. This past weekend was actually my first time in Saigon, and I came here to participate in a camping trip to Line Farm with the BLS students and staff, and I had a really good time. I've been studying Vietnamese online through BLS since about August through the scholarship known as the Blakemore Fellowship, and I've really enjoyed my journey so far. Originally, I started studying Vietnamese due to my interest in the history of Vietnam, and especially as an American, the history of the Vietnam War. The history of Vietnam is not emphasized a lot in middle school and high school curriculums in the United States. So when I got to college, I started learning a lot about the atrocities, the tragedies, and just kind of the complexities of the history of the Vietnam American War era. So I thought a small thing that I could do to bring about reconciliation one step at a time between Vietnam and the US was to start to learn Vietnamese language. And so that's why I chose to learn Vietnamese. I actually started studying Vietnamese in the fall of 2018 when I was a master's student at Columbia University. At that time, they just hired a new Vietnamese teacher as part of the Vietnamese studies program, and I had taken some Mandarin Chinese before, and so my teacher said I should start learning Vietnamese, and she said it would be very easy because I knew Mandarin, but actually it helps a little, but it's still it's still its own language. It still has its own very unique characteristics. So sometimes the knowledge of Chinese will help, but sometimes you need to put in the effort to learn a Vietnamese and appreciate its own unique characteristics. I think the most difficult thing for me is definitely the pronunciation, just because as my teacher Kohan has explained, there's certain word and vowel and consonant combinations that are very unique to Vietnamese that are not found in English or Mandarin Chinese for that matter. So these new pronunciations like NGH, NG, to me are very, very hard to learn. I would say that's definitely the hardest part of Vietnamese. Koang, she recognized that I had a decent enough foundation in academic Vietnamese, so she decided to switch textbooks to be more conversational. And so I think learning the conversational aspect of Vietnamese has really helped me a lot with learning, not just how to read academic texts, but also go to the cafe and speak with people in everyday language. So I still have a way to go, but I think that adaptability through her curriculum change helped me a lot. I think for me, the basis of my interest in Vietnam and Vietnamese language has always been history, just because since I was young, I loved to study history, no matter if it was American history, European history. But I've always really enjoyed learning about where people came from, how their families got to where they are today. And so by learning the history in English, it's one way to learn. But I think applying the study of the language to the study of history and to the engagement with society in the present day offers a much more multidimensional approach to studying and engaging with Vietnamese culture and the history. And hopefully, in the future, I can use Vietnamese to, continue to work or live or just make friends with people in Vietnam. So that's why I think, even living in Vietnam by itself is awesome. Studying Vietnamese history by itself is awesome. But learning the language just adds this very rich, multidimensional aspect to that cross-cultural engagement.